Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your night to join me. I really do appreciate it. I am currently knee deep in my newest hobby of all time for doing nothing, and it's this show, Married at First Sight. So, I started talking about it yesterday or maybe the day before or something, but I found the show on Hulu. I thought it was like an old dead show, you feel me? But as it turns out, it's very much alive and in its 17th season. I'm on season 2 currently, like episode 4. I really can't stand all of the ads on Hulu. They always get you, right? It's like, why am I paying for Hulu when there's still ads? I'm not sure. But regardless, they got me, and I've been watching that show, and I can't get enough of it. It's honestly the first three couples in the first season. I was rooting for all of them, honestly. Like I'm again that hopeless romantic. I want them all to stay hitched. You feel me? I mean, all that trouble getting divorced, going through all that terrible stuff. Not for me. What's more for me is the celebration of commitment via I just met you, we're on national TV, let's make this happen? So that's all I'm saying is that Married at First Sight is an awesome show. It should be studied. I'm sure it is. But that's also why I wanted to talk to you guys tonight. And moreover than just talking about that show, I wanted to talk about the influence that some millennials may or may not have as a result of shows like Cheaters and Blind Date. Okay, so I'm 37 years old, in case you didn't already know. I know I look like I'm 65, 70, whatever, but, I'm not. I'm only 37. And so when I was growing up, not too long ago, I would watch regular broadcast network television, and I just distinctly remember that after a certain hour, like, the shows got a way more shady. You feel me? Like, it could just be infomercials talking about some gadget for 8 hours that's supposed to heal all of your back ailments, or reruns of sitcoms that were just a bit too edgy for daytime or morning broadcast. And one of those shows was Blind Date. So, like, if y'all haven't seen Blind Date before, do yourself a favor and take 10 to 15 minutes of your life and search on YouTube Blind Date. And it's just a really awesome show. It talks about people that just recently have met, are paired up, and this is before the net. You feel me? Like, this is right at a time where there were just cameras and a loose amount of responsibility on the production side. Can you imagine being a producer or a director before the internet? All bets are off, right? I'm just here holding the camera. So, I mean, it must have been an interesting time for sure. But I grew up watching Blind Date, and all of the cynicism and all of the sarcasm and all of the shade thrown. I mean, it's kind of weird that I perhaps am a product of Blind Date. Not directly. I myself, in fact, am an accident. No, but I'm saying, oh, dark joke. No, but what I'm saying is that the way that I have been, led into the world with little to zero guidance from parents, you feel me? And as it could, so it's like, instead of parents, I grew up with Blind Date, you know? And so, I mean, that would maybe explain a lot of things. The biggest of them being why I'm 37 years old and talk to myself from the comfort of my room in hopes that one day I will be somebody. Anyways, so Blind Date, it was a really cool show, and I think there's something about random strangers meeting. I mean, we're all strangers until we're not. It's kind of one of those absolute definitive things. I get it. We are literally all strangers until I tell you hello and I introduce myself, and you, for goodness sakes, may also introduce yourself, then, like, technically you wouldn't be a stranger. And that's all that I'm saying. Families are weird. It's like two strangers get together and decide to make biological family, but they are in fact strangers, or at least it should work like that. We're not all royalty, I understand, but still. As far away from the tree as you can get in this little world, I'd say that you should definitely do that. So, anyways, Blind Date. Just a super, super, very 90s, early aughts vibe. And moreover, Cheaters was the complimentary supplement that went along with Blind Date. And I gotta tell you, that dude got burned. You feel me? I mean, even when I was like 10, I knew that the guy with glasses that starred in the show Cheaters, like, somebody did him wrong. And I was not far from the truth, because from my recollection, he started the show because of his wife's infidelity or whatever. I mean, I'm not the guy. I read IMDb. Cheaters is a big show. This guy had his own private investigation company. Like, I don't know. I just watched the show and still continue to peruse through its catalog nearly 20 years later. What a shady show. Like, can you imagine being on that show? In either capacity. Like, either the simp hitting it up, like to see that, they need some proof that their partner's cheating, or to, in a worst case, be the person that's cheating on your partner while it's all being secretly recorded through closed caption television monitors that, like, again, pre-internet. So, it's just, I really like that show. I really do. I also like Bridezilla and Jerseylicious. One of the things I think about being a millennial, right? And that's just when all of these shows came along. I mean, hey, boomers and Xers have game shows. You feel me? I mean, like, they pioneered game shows. Like, so that's cool. I find a lot of interest and fascination in all of those shows. I was just watching Jersey Shore, and again, I'm more a fan of Jerseylicious just because I love my Jerseylicious girls. And as much as the situation cracks me up, I'm more of a Jerseylicious guy. You know what I mean? And moreover, I again really enjoy watching Blind Date, Cheaters, and Married at First Sight. I can't get enough of this show. I'm dead serious. I have never seen The Bachelor. I'm thinking that is where my middle-aged life might take me. Is that a good show? I hear that it is. People talk about it a lot. It's been around for a very long time. I just feel like it's a little bit too cliche. I feel like, you know, um, it would be just kind of like, I wanted to watch the one Bachelor where there were like a bunch of cowboys, and like the women had to decide whether or not their life would be in the suburban realm or on the countryside, so that was kind of cool. Never watched the show or whatever, but I guess in like Big Brother there are some shows, and like I grew up with The Real World, you feel me? So like, I don't know, it's made for millennial programming and it works. I just really like that show, and I want to get through all of the seasons, and I want to know what happens to all the couples, like before it happens to them. Does that make sense? I want to Easter egg myself. I want to spoil. That is not going to come out right. Okay, for the record, I'm going to. How would you say that? Would you say that I'm going to spoil myself? Is that what you would say? Because if that's what you would say, that's a little weird. It's a weird thing to say. It sounds like something else, but it's not. Like spoilers, spoiler alert. Like, so do you spoil yourself if you find or seek out Easter eggs that help you know the ending before you watch it? I guess that's a very big question that I now have in my life. How to use spoiler in first person without it sounding like something else. I hope that you guys have a really good night. Thank you for watching my show. I really appreciate it. I still realize there's a whole bunch of work to do. I get it. I know. I'm on it. Right now, I want to eat a bacon sandwich so very badly. I hope that you guys have a really good night, okay? Bye.